A massive demonstration unfolded today, Saturday, July 18 in Mcleod Ganj. A large gathering of Tibetans and their supporters, dressed entirely in black as a sign of mourning and protest, took to the streets in a peaceful march towards the Kachari Police Ground. The demonstration, organized by a coalition of 6 prominent Tibetan non-governmental organizations, aims to draw the global attention to 2 critical issues threatening their community. Demonstrators are fiercely calling for the immediate repeal of the controversial Ethnic Unity and Progress Law, which officially took effect earlier this month of July 1st. Protesters argue that this new legislation directly threatens the very survival, unique identity and fundamental rights of the Tibetan people.
We are very much concerned with the Chinese implementation of the so-called Progress and Ethnic Unity law. So we reject, the Tibetan in the free world, urge the Chinese government to revoke that cruel, oppressive rule, to eliminate, to assimilate the Tibetan identity.
Our youngsters like us, we should be more active in advocacy work and be more active in raising our voices, because the Tibetans inside might not be able to do that, but we need to let the Chinese know that the people outside Tibet and the world, it cannot stop us from raising our voices and seeking justice.
I strongly reject the Chinese ethnic unity law, and in the same time I urge the Tibetan people, Tibetan youth, to practice more Tibetan language, because we should never forget our native language, right?
At the same time, the solemn march serves as a powerful display of solidarity following a tragic event in the United States nearly 2 weeks ago. Tibetan independent activist Lobga Rangzen passed away after self-immolating in front of the United Nations headquarters in New York City. His death marks a grim milestone as the first time a Tibetan activist has self-immolated on US soil. According to the International Campaign for Tibet, Lobga Rangzen's death brings the tragic toll to 159 Tibetans who have self-immolated over the years. The 6 organization groups, including Students for Free Tibet, the Tibet Youth Congress and the Tibetan Women Association, stated that despite decades of severe challenges, the Tibetan community remains resolute.
Today's march is in solidarity in honor with Lobga Rangzen, who self-immolated in front of United Nations on the 3rd of July, and we are here to amplify his message, his last message for Tibetan people, for the governments and for the world. And he died for Tibet, he died for free Tibet, he died for Tibet independence, and he died for Tibet's unity and the fire in Tibetan people for the movement. And we are here to ignite that fire more, and then we in solidarity with Lobga Rangzen. And one more thing to mention here is Lobga Rangzen died 2 days after China implemented the so-called ethnic unity law, where this law is assimilating even more the Tibetan identities and Tibetan religions, like language, everything. And so even in his last message, he has mentioned about that law, and this is a genocide law, this is a mutiny law, and this is anything but ethnic unity law, right? And also one thing to mention right here, Tibet is not an ethnic minority. Tibet is not even a minority. We are a separate nation, and we want to say that out loud and clear that we are a nation, we are not minority, so we are rejecting ethnic unity law.
Organizers emphasize that today's peaceful march is yet another crucial effort to ensure the global community hear their message and recognize their ongoing struggle for justice, dignity and self-determination.